Hey sluts, it is Hux. I have been so obsessed with Heated Rivalry. It is such a perfect feel-good show that I feel like it really deserves a rewatch. Okay, side note, I have rewatched it more than a couple of times. I will not admit how many times, but I feel like it is such a good piece of media that it really deserves an appreciation. So I want to go through another run through of Heated Rivalry and do like a deeper analysis, like an over analysis of the show. Side note, I have not actually read the books, so maybe a lot of the questions, maybe a lot of the speculations I have from the show are answered in the books, but I want to really dissect this show as a show and not the book series. I am so excited, so let's just jump into it. But before we do that, my thesis statement for this entire series is Heated Rivalry is a cosmic love story before it is a hockey smut show. So let's get started.
Ilya Rozanov? Shane Hollander, I wanted to introduce myself.
All right, our two protagonists meet for the first time, Shane and Ilya. So just take my word for this. Green signifies enlightenment. I will explain later when the character that it's associated with appears on screen. However, for now, just trust me that green means enlightenment, and there is a reason why we see Shane in a green beanie. And then also I want to get into like their name as well, right? Heated Rivalry is an adaptation of a book series. Book series are written by authors. Authors create the characters. So like, why did Rachel Reed name her characters the way she did? Starting with Ilya. Ilya is actually a translation or the Russian version of Elijah. So Elijah in the Bible. Ilya is the East Slavic form of the male Hebrew name Eliyahu, meaning my God is Yahoo. So already we kind of get an idea of who Ilya is or who this character is supposed to be. Ilya is named after this great character in the Bible. Elijah's name, his name basically means the word of God, right? Everything Elijah does is for God. And so this shows us kind of Ilya's predetermined, prescribed path in life. And then contrast that with Shane. The name Shane is a classic masculine given name of Irish origin that means God is gracious, gift from God. However, there's something I found that I want to dive deeper in. When we look at Shane on Wikipedia, we see that the name Shane was popularized by Jack Schaefer's novel Shane, 1949. What is this novel about? Why did this specific novel, what is its specific story about a Shane make the name Shane like popular? What happened? So just a kind of quick plot of Shane. Shane is this like kind of ghost character, right? He is a man who seemed to come from nowhere and appeared equally determined to pass on to nowhere. He basically is this ranch hand that this family hires. He helps them. He is the protagonist, the hero of the story, but he is someone who like has no past, has no history, has no identity. And he's pretty much just there to exist and then pass on and find his next job. So already we see a contrast of Ilya, whose life and whose glory is pre-written, versus Shane, who he can take on any identity he wants, but he has no identity. Like there is this freeness to Shane, but I think both characters have this kind of this profound lack of identity, lack of self-agency. Yes. They start this interaction face to face, and then Shane puts his back against the same wall that Ilya does. For just a second, we see Shane put his back against the same wall that Ilya does for presumably, 5 seconds. I want to introduce you guys to this concept of shoulder-to-shoulder bonding. I don't know how like super accurate or super precise it is, but I keep seeing it as a concept that gets brought up when we think about like sociology and psychology. Is men together bond better when they're side to side, when they're doing an activity, when they have like a hobby that they're both doing together. They bond side to side. They don't prefer face-to-face communication, whereas women tend to prefer face-to-face communication. So because this is a like gay love story and focuses on two men, I kind of want to explore the side-to-side bonding in contrast to face-to-face bonding. So here we already see Shane is attracted. He doesn't know this yet, but he's kind of attracted to Ilya. He wants to be on the same side as Ilya. He wants to get to know Ilya a bit better. So he puts his back against the same wall that Ilya does. But he gets a little freaked out. He's like kind of scared about what he's feeling. So he goes.
Anyways, I should go. They're waiting for me, but good luck in the tournament.
December 2008, the financial crisis, dude. All right, we kind of get the idea of Shane and Ilya as they exist in universe. They are elite players from their respective countries.
Not be the most sociable, but this is the kid with the
He may not be the most sociable, but this is the kid with the highest hockey IQ. Basically, they're telling you this kid is autistic, right? They don't go out and say it. And Rachel Reed in her interviews has confirmed that Shane is undiagnosed autistic, like he's very autistic coded. So they pretty much show you his autism, his spectrum without saying it.
Incredibly smart, incredibly dedicated to the game.
I want to make a note of the usage of the word dedicated. Shane in Jack Schaefer's novel is also described as a dedicated character.
He really gets under other players' skins.
He really gets under other players' skins. Rozanov means rose in Russian, right? So the fact that he's getting under people's skin, it's showing his thorny side of his rose. This sets him up to be an aggressive character, a more dominant character, a bully, if you will. And I think what I love about this series is it's not a tragedy. So the first watch, I was very guarded. I wasn't able to appreciate the little details that we see throughout the 6 episodes. But once you watch it through the first time, you realize it's a really cute love story and there's no tragedy. So here, although Ilya is being set up as this kind of like thorny, bully, aggressive character, we find out that is not really who he is at all. This is where we start getting context of how they exist in rank with each other. This shows Ilya's first win against Shane. It shows where their levels are at in terms of hockey. They're rivals, but here Ilya is shown to be slightly better. He got the win on Shane. He is poking bear. He is obsessed. Jacob Tierney. All right, 6 months later, we're at LA. We see that Ilya is number 1 and Shane is number 2 in the draft. Again, we see kind of the power structure. Ilya is just slightly better than Shane. Number 2 is fucking great. Number 2 for a professional sports league draft. That's amazing. But Shane kind of feels this inferiority compared to Ilya just because he couldn't get number 1. All right, now we go into the next scene. Here we see Shane's family dynamic. Yuna is his sword. David is his shield. David is on his left side, presumably Shane is right-handed, right? We see the sword and the shield. We also see Yuna being the interface between Shane and professional hockey. So she's a momager, right? So she is his guiding light towards this professional hockey career. And we see the camera zoom in on Shane. This is a very happy moment, an exciting moment for Shane, but the camera zooms in. It feels like it's suffocating him. There's less and less room for him to breathe.
We are thrilled that Shane is Asian or Asian Canadian. Very thrilled. We've historically broken barriers and we're doing it again.
So here we can see the professional hockey as well as Shane's family put this pressure of being Asian and being in a professional league onto his shoulders. It is suffocating. The camera zooms in and like it's kind of squishing Shane in the frame.
Hockey, right? Oh my.
It's I'm still in shock, but I'm so excited.
Even more evidence of Yuna being the interface between Shane and hockey. Whenever Shane needs to speak up, like whenever he's prompted to speak, Yuna is there like, hey, say something, right? Like she is guiding him to speak and to interface with professional hockey. Shane looks up at Ilya. So now we have, again, their power structure. Ilya is placed on top. Shane is placed on the bottom. Ilya gets a really good vantage point of Shane and his family structure. Shane doesn't really see Ilya's family structure. Like it's kind of hard to see past the balcony, past the edge, right? But he does see Ilya up there.
He can be, how you say, lazy.
His father's super critical of him. And contrast this to how Shane's family was placed in the last frame. Here, professional hockey, the representation of professional hockey is in between Ilya and his dad. There is a rift between the relationship that Ilya has with his dad, and the rift is professional hockey. Ilya's dad is shown to be this very critical person of Ilya's ability, even though Ilya has shown to be number 1. Like in what universe would someone who could achieve that be lazy? We can also see the contrast between how Ilya's dad and Yuna think their respective children should interface with professional hockey. Yuna encourages Shane to kind of be a face and take on something, whereas Ilya's father really tries to repress him and make him smaller for kind of the structure of hockey. Okay, I want to start introducing a very central theme of Heated Rivalry. To me, one of the biggest themes is light. We're going to get conversations around sunshine, stars, and light. Sunshine is mentioned as kind of a big central theme. In episode 3, Elena is like, hey, you deserve sunshine. So we kind of are introduced to that later on in the show, but it really is a central theme of the entire show. So here is where I see the first depiction of sunshine, right? It's not really sun. And this is also kind of ties into my thesis that Heated Rivalry is a cosmic love story. Light represents sun, represents star. A sun is a star, right? So whenever I say light, think sun, think star. Whenever I say any of those words, like that kind of imagery is all linked together. So here we see Shane and his star, Shane and his northern light. There's one light in frame in Shane's apartment, or sorry, in Shane's hotel right now. He is not satisfied with number 2. He can't sleep. He goes and he trains. Again, I want to remind you guys of the concept of shoulder to shoulder bonding. Remember earlier when they first met, Shane couldn't get himself to stay next to Ilya's shoulder for that long, 5 seconds, and he was out. Now they have an excuse to kind of stay by each other's side. They're both training. They're both on the stationary bike. They're both rivals. They're both competing on each other. Even outside of the draft, even outside of hockey, they are finding a way to one-up each other. The music is upbeat. The heartbeat is like slow. It's gentle. It's kind of guiding us towards something. This feels very optimistic. Here is where they finally share some more dialogue. The concept of mirrors will also be very prevalent in Ilya's plot. It is no mistake that Ilya and Shane are face to face, kind of really speaking for the first time, and they are in front of a mirror. For me, what this mirror represents is kind of the mask that they're both kind of putting on. Obviously, there is this attraction that they feel towards each other in some way. However, they also have to maintain this mask because neither of them are really out to each other just yet. Also, Shane is wearing green shorts.
Yeah, Boston and Montreal play against each other often.
The camera pans down to Ilya's body. Shane is wearing green shorts. Something within Shane's green shorts has just became enlightened by the sight of Ilya. Pause. You guys are stuck on the fingers touching. What I'm stuck on is Ilya handing Shane his white cylindrical object with liquid in it. Shane quenches himself from Ilya's bottle. Shane restrains himself. Ilya encourages him to quench his thirst further. Oh my goodness. And we see a wink. He confirms that he feels something. They feel something towards each other in this moment. They don't know it yet. 6 months later, bro. Okay, we're in Canada at the Prospect Cup. Again, we see this theming of the mirror. His dad is calling him Alexei, his brother is calling him. Okay, so on the left side of the screen, we see a New Year countdown live celebration. New Year represents new, fun, celebration, whereas in the mirror, in the opposite world, this represents his family, his home life, his life in Russia. It's the opposite of celebrating. It exists in this mirror world. It exists in this parallel world. Baby brother Alexei is his older brother. I want to take a moment to look up Alexei's name as well, because I feel like there is some significance with that as well. Alexei is a traditional masculine name of Russian origin, is a variant of the Russian Alexei, which derives from the ancient Greek name Alexios. The name stems from the Greek word alexein, which translates to defend or to protect. Because of this, Alexei is most commonly interpreted to mean defender or protector. This is the identity that Alexei is supposed to have.
Ты почти весь его вынюхал.
Ой, утечу, унылый ты педик, Илюшка.
Иди нахер.
So in this scene, we have established a few things, right? Whenever we think of like professional hockey, we think very rich, very privileged, but Ilya actually comes from a slightly not privileged or like a struggling background, or perhaps they are currently struggling. His brother is milking him with his money. Ilya feels that he has to bear the responsibility of bringing in money for his family because he is the hockey prodigy. So we're seeing the struggle of him trying to celebrate New Year's in the present versus trying to deal with his problems in the mirror world.
Ты ему не проиграешь.
What a comeback for Ken.
And when Ilya is at his lowest, he loses to Shane. He loses to Canada. This is a parallel of what Shane went through.
See you in October.
And now Shane is kind of poking the bear. But Ilya likes it. He's kind of into it. He's looking forward to seeing Shane, even though Shane beat him.
That looks good. Cameron, you're happy with that?
Okay, so you guys know how I said Heated Rivalry is a cosmic love story. What do you see? I'm seeing a blue light that is shining on Shane and Ilya right now. If the theme around Heated Rivalry is finding your sunshine, these lights represent the sun. These lights represent sunshine, stars, right? What does a blue light represent? If you look at the life cycle of a sun, the life cycle of a sun starts with the stellar nebula, often depicted with a blue light. So here we can see the main light that is in focus that's really lighting Shane and Ilya. Yes, we have some of those like fill lights on the side that are golden, but the main light that we are all focused on right now is a stark blue light. And also there's significance of them meeting under one light, one star as well. This concept of one sun, one star is reality, right? When you look outside, you don't see multiple stars. You don't see multiple suns. You don't see multiple suns. You see one sun. So whenever we are under one light, under one sun, that represents reality. And their reality right now is they're shooting a promotional video, something for Hawk. They're meeting here. They're flirting here. They're under the guise of the light, right? We see kind of the shaded part. We see them face to face. They're kind of sharing these like whispering moments. They're sharing this look between each other that the people outside of their zone cannot really pick up on.
And 3, 2, 1, go ahead.
Ilya is enjoying this moment with Shane right now. He is having so much fun looking at Shane. All right, so earlier we met under the blue star, the blue light. Now we meet under the golden, the yellow light.
They tell you do commercial with me and not just alone.
Why? When did they tell you?
No, they tell me not.
Here we find out, actually, this whole setup was Ilya's idea. He is telling Shane the truth under this yellow light, under this golden light, the singular sun. He basically just told Shane, I wanted to spend some time with you. So I suggested that we shoot this promotional thing together.
It was my idea.
Shane, are you listening to me?
What? Yeah.
Shane's focus here is on Ilya and not his career, not his mom at this moment. He just wants to watch Ilya. He is so curious about why his idea was to do this promotional thing with Shane.
Okay, so what did I just say?
Sneakers, I heard.
Okay, you have to be seen in your Reebok.
I know, Mom.
The kids that don't see themselves here a lot.
Again, we see this pressure put on Shane by his mom, by society. Also, I didn't notice this before, but Ilya is placed under this yellow, this golden light, this true light, where Shane and his mom are kind of further up in the frame and they're closer to this blue light. So Ilya kind of represents this warmth that Shane feels attracted to, whereas the situation between him and Yuna right now, this like professional hockey thing, this shouldering of all this responsibility, he feels cold towards. And here it begins. Pause. No, because how do y'all get asses like that? How the fuck do y'all get asses like that? They're looking at each other. They're visually exploring each other's bodies. Ilya presents himself to Shane. Notices Shane's blood is rushing. There's also this like really intense lust in Ilya's eyes right now. He wants Shane to reciprocate so badly, but Shane says, not here. Also, I want you guys to also take notice of their backs are towards white and they're looking towards red. White and red will be really big themes in episode 3, but this is kind of just like a subtle nod to that color.
Is what you want?
Also, remember the word sure. Ilya says, is that what you want? Do you want to forget that little moment we just shared in the showers together? Shane says, sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Ilya clocks him. That's her fucking tell, you liar.
Well, you're a really bad liar.
I think the subtext that we're supposed to derive here is you are a really bad liar. Ilya sees Shane. Ilya is perceiving Shane. Ilya now has deciphered what his tells are. He's really studying Shane and he's learning how to navigate and how to communicate with him at this like very basic level of just like teasing.
What is your room number?
1410.
He
Well,
folds.
if I come to 1410 tonight, it's 9 o'clock.
I might open.
I might not.
So this idea of if I come to your room, I might open the door, I might knock. They're kind of leaving. They both want this badly. We as the audience know that they want this badly. However, the way they're communicating, they're sidestepping it. They're saying that they're leaving this hookup to chance. They're leaving their relationship up to chance. They're kind of removing themselves as the driving force of their attraction to each other. A little flirty, a little avoidant. This is the autism. He wants to impress Ilya so badly. Okay, Yuna. I want to take a moment to find the significance of her name as well. Yuna is a beautiful multicultural name with varying origins across the world. The most common meaning is kindness, gentleness. Yuna is Japanese. Depending on the character's kanji used, it can mean gentleness or kindness. It is also associated with the sea hibiscus flower, a symbol of beauty and the beach. Famously featured in the game Final Fantasy X, Evening and Apple Tree. Also, I want to make note, in Arabic, it serves as the variant of Yuna, carrying the meaning of dove.
Oh, hello there. Oh, I'm trying to go down.
The boys meet in private for the first time.
I'm not a chicken.
Ilya circles Shane. This movement is why I felt almost that as if Ilya is kind of like an aggressive force. Shane's back is turned towards Ilya. Shane is incredibly vulnerable right now. We don't know who Ilya is as a person. We kind of make this assumption that he's aggressive because he is his bully, right? He's a thorn. He gets under people's skin.
This is such a bad idea.
Okay, we get this concept of bad idea forming. Also, Shane doesn't clarify what is a bad idea. Is the bad idea this hookup that they're having, or is the bad idea this attraction that they're feeling towards each other? He doesn't answer. We just move straight into kissing. Ilya is surprised, right? Shane is described as this like not sociable person, and yet here he is satisfying Ilya's fantasies a little bit. Again, we see the dynamic between Ilya and Shane form. Ilya is on top, Shane is on bottom yet again in this scene.
Stop. Was that bad? No. Opposite.
Too good. Where did you learn how to do this, Shane? Where did you learn?
Is your first time with a man? You? No. Really? Really? Another player?
No.
So, okay, here, when he asks Shane who he's been with, I feel almost as if, first watch through, I thought he was kind of like one-upping Shane, or like kind of establishing this sexual experience dominance over Shane, right? This like virgin boy. But what I'm really seeing here is he is craving connection between Shane. He wants to know if Shane has had experience before, or if this is kind of the first intimacy that Shane is sharing with someone else.
My coach's son back in Russia. I like trouble.
See, trouble, the word trouble. He is a bad boy. We think he's a bully. He's a bad boy, right?
It was nothing serious, and we had same secret, so.
Same secret. It was easy.
And you make me curious.
Ilya admits that Shane, it makes him curious.
Do I make you curious?
Ilya asks Shane if he makes him curious. This is confirming to me that Ilya is looking for a connection of sorts. Ilya has just admitted that Shane occupies a piece of his mind. Ilya now wants Shane to like admit that Ilya is occupying a piece of his mind. So this is back and forth of sharing this connection of attraction towards each other.
You want me to lie on the bed and let you...
Again, we see this passive language being used. Ilya is like, do you want me to lay on the bed and let you do it some more? He's not directly asking Shane to pleasure him orally. He is pretty much putting the responsibility on Shane to pursue him. And as the season goes, we see them start to communicate a bit better and de-obfuscate their intentions, de-obfuscate the words "I love you." The whole plot line is getting towards "I love you." Do I occupy a piece of your mind? Do I make you curious? I love you. Do you love me? I love you. Right. So that's where we're getting towards.
Do it some more.
Let me.
Shane picks up on it. Let me. What the fuck do you mean? What the fuck do you mean passive language? Ilya confirms that he wants more of Shane. He did not get enough. He wants to see everything. So we see Shane's autism kind of come out a little bit. He has to fold his pants as he undresses. Ilya smiles. He's kind of attracted to that. Like it's this little quirk about Shane that he's a little curious about. Why does this dude fold his pants? Maybe he knows. Maybe he's like actually catching that Shane is a bit autistic. Maybe he just finds that it's a little attractive quirk that is part of Shane as a package. All right. The imagery here starts to go insane. So we've introduced the concept of one star being reality. Here, Shane and Ilya are in bed together. They are framed by the two stars next to them. Shane's star, Ilya's star. What do two stars mean? When you look outside, you see one star or one sun, right? So the concept of having two stars so close to each other is the sense of the cosmos, the sense of this is Shane's solar system, this is Shane's world, and this is Ilya's solar system, this is Ilya's world. They are so far apart that the only way they can really connect for now is in a fantasy. They have to bring each other to this fantasy. They have to bring each other in between their stars. And also the framing is kind of significant too. Whenever they're together, they're kind of looking away from their stars. They're kind of looking towards each other, or they're inside. They're kind of hiding from the outside. That's what the space, this fantasy that they occupy, that they share, that they're bringing together.
So, what do you want to do?
First hookup, right? Again, Ilya is not aggressive. He is painted to be this aggressive bully person, but he gets in the bed and he says, Shane, actually, what do you want to do?
I don't know.
Typical bottom. I don't know. Whatever you want to do, top. Ilya takes the bait. He knows what Shane wants.
Is this okay?
As quickly as Ilya was pleasuring Shane, Shane turned it around. He was like, no, I want that dick.
Like that, Hollander.
Just like that, Hollander. Let's go. Shane finishes Ilya off.
What's fun? Are you serious?
He's doing a little fake out.
What?
Shane just doesn't know how to respond. I think maybe what Ilya was expecting here, and this is kind of also, we'll learn more about why he's expecting kind of like a push and pull response, is his previous sexual encounters probably were a bit more combative, right? There's probably a bit more tension, aggression involved, but here he thinks that Shane, who is like, he sees this as like a masculine man. Shane is the number two. Like they're at each other's necks. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. There are no other better players within their respective leagues. So Ilya is kind of expecting this back and forth with Shane, but Shane kind of shuts down, and Ilya recognizes that. And so Ilya takes the lead and pleasures Shane. Also, take a note of Shane's arms around those triceps. That is bottom activities. That is what a bottom would do.
Asshole. I know you're an asshole. I would not leave you like that. No? No.
So for the beginning sequence of the show, Shane has been shown to be kind of like lower to Ilya, kind of showing that Shane is the more subordinate person in this dynamic. But here we see the complete opposite of that. And this is their first hookup. Ilya switches on Shane and becomes the more submissive one, like giving Shane this pleasure. I don't know, like I feel like if Ilya were to be this like aggressive, dominant character that I thought he was the first time I watched it, this would not have happened. He would not have went down on Shane, but he does because he wants to share this moment with Shane.
Holy shit, Rosemary, you better get off. I can't stop. Oh, fuck.
Okay, so earlier, Ilya finished on his stomach. Shane did not have anything to do with the arrival of Ilya. Here, the complete opposite. Ilya is taking in Shane completely. Again, I think this just reiterates the craving of connection that Ilya wants right now. Like, he just met this dude and he is swallowing. As much as Ilya gets under other people's skin, he wants Shane under his skin.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't think.
What? That you would come so quick?
Fuck you.
Again, we see them side by side sharing this moment together, shoulder to shoulder.
You didn't have to. I don't mind.
I don't mind. I don't think it's just I don't mind. I think it's more than that. Like, I think Ilya wanted to. It's not that. It's just easier for cleanup. It's not just a logistical thing. I think Ilya desired Shane in that moment. Dude, they're so into this right now.
Yes.
Two top elite hockey players getting themselves off together.
You're not gonna tell anyone about this, are you?
Me. Yes, Hollander, I'm going to tell everyone.
Because no one can know.
Неужели?
Shane asks Ilya if to like keep their secret, and wouldn't you think like it's implied that this secret is shared between you two? There is no way that Ilya would be the person who's more ready to come out before Shane, right? Ilya is from Russia. He has this like the cross around his neck. He is bound by God in a sense, bound to the story. And here Shane, I feel like this is also kind of an autistic thing. Shane just needs to hear the words aloud, right? Like Ilya has not said explicitly that he's going to keep his secret. So Shane needs to hear that, and Shane needs to hear it from Ilya to really believe it and confirm it.
Hollander, look, I'm not going to tell anyone. I have early flight tomorrow, so...
Yeah, me too.
Ilya retreats from the cosmos. He's walking away from the stars and towards the exit of the hotel room. He is retreating from this fantasy that they're sharing. 3 months later, lots of time skips, lots of time in between hookups.
You're usually on time. Yeah, my work, it went longer than expected, then I got lost on this YouTube rabbit hole.
YouTube rabbit hole. Okay, so let's look at the framing here real fast. Shane is positioned in between Yuna and David. He is the center of their world right now. He just said he went down a YouTube rabbit hole. Again, the idea of like high IQ autistic traits of like getting obsessively interested in a certain topic.
It's fine. I ordered for you salmon, brown rice. Okay.
Here we also see David and Yuna placed on the left and right side of Shane. Again, this sense of Shane is our protagonist, so is Ilya, but Shane here is our protagonist. He is the knight of the story right now. On the left side is David, his shield. On the right side is Yuna, his sword, his mom. That's what these two mean to Shane as parents.
So, I have very exciting news.
What's YouTube?
Rolex is in.
So here with Rolex, we're kind of seeing the introduction of the responsibility that Shane holds. Not only is Shane representing young Asian boys in hockey and sports, now he is also representing this global luxury brand. Rolex is number one, basically. It's the most recognized luxury watch brand in the world. It is the number one brand, and they want to be associated with Shane for this image.
And we believe he will be hockey's most significant ambassador in a...
Again, the responsibility that Shane holds. Hockey's, this whole entire sport, this professional sport, its most significant ambassador in a generation. That is a big statement. That is a giant title, and it is being hoisted onto Shane.
Clicking them.
Sounds dangerous.
Oh yeah, I go down those rabbit holes all the time.
Of course you do, Mom.
What was yours about?
Fancy watches.
Yuna admits that she goes down rabbit holes all the time. Shane clocks it. Of course you do, Mom. In episode 6, we're gonna jump. In episode 6, The Cottage, Ilya says, "I see where you get your obsession with hockey from Mom." Here, Shane goes down a rabbit hole. Mom is going down a rabbit hole. What do we think hockey IQ, YouTube rabbit hole symbolizes? Autism. So autism, probably genetic, right? Shane is probably getting his autism from his mom. Shane is undiagnosed. We should also probably assume that Yuna is undiagnosed because, if she were, she would probably have Shane tested. She would probably see the same signs that she has. And if she knew that she were autistic, she would probably get Shane diagnosed as well. But here we're kind of dancing around that topic.
David, what?
I'm just keeping...
And then also, David is the one that tries to connect with Shane. David, let's look up his name actually. David is a classic, traditionally masculine name given of Hebrew origin that translates to beloved or dear one. So the dear one is Shane. It represents Shane. I also read somewhere that the name David signifies like balance. So we're seeing this balance of how he plays in this family, his role in this family. David serves as a balance between Una, who represents the external career of hockey for Shane, and then balance of Shane and his internal desires, right? You kind of need both. Like this hockey career is a big thing for Shane. It's a good thing. We want to support it. But at the same time, we want to keep in balance of Shane's desires, Shane's internal desires as well. So here, David is trying to connect with Shane. David wants to know what Shane is watching.
Unlikely animals becoming friends, like a tiger and a bear, a cow and a duck. Come on. Yeah, a snake and a baby.
Canadian and Russian.
I watched that.
What you should be watching are the ones about hockey.
The concept of high hockey IQ, Una is right there. She is obsessed with hockey, and she thinks this obsession with hockey will also help Shane.
I think keeping up with that snake and baby sounds pretty important.
I think keeping up with the snake and baby sounds pretty important. That makes no sense. Like these YouTube rabbit holes, generally, it's throwaway, right? So why is David placing sounds important significance on the video of like a baby and a snake? Because David wants to encourage Shane to pursue his internal desires.
Relationship could go sideways pretty fast.
Oh, I saw a link today about Ilya Rozanov.
Thing about Rozanov turning 40 and me trying to match your level of outbreak.
Well, yesterday in Boston, he said he meant 50.
Shane
50
knows.
goals.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
Yeah,
He is masking in front of his parents right now. He's an asshole. No, he's not. You know he's not.
Okay, imagining he's better than you? Fuck him. Right up the butt.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I said.
If only you knew.
Desjardins talking to McCann and St. Pierre. It's
So now we see the rivalry between Shane and Ilya. Everyone knows about this rivalry, this aggression between these two. People love it. People have boxed them in to Ilya versus Shane.
Will you disappoint them?
No?
Shane is determined not to disappoint. Here we see confirmed Shane won. He's being humble. He is media trained. He knows not to say the wrong things, right? He's being asked if he shares similarities with Serena Williams and Tiger Woods. I think coming from like an Asian perspective here too, Shane's identity is being compared to Tiger Woods and Serena, who are visibly black. Those are two completely different experiences that you have in North America, being black versus being Asian. And so this comparison just does not make sense to Shane, and he really does not want to rock the boat. He doesn't want to say anything, even though he could probably say like, yeah, like I'm proud to be an Asian face in hockey. He could say that and people would celebrate him for that. But here he is shying away, like hiding himself.
Des choses comme ça. Je suis super heureux de jouer au hockey pour les Metros.
Mr. Hollander.
Mr. Hollander.
Просто отлично. Спасибо, что спросили.
Even when he is kind of like mocking Shane, he is putting Shane on a pedestal. How does it feel to be perfect? Nobody said Shane is perfect. The reporter was just asking Shane, how does it feel to get a win? Like, how does it feel to have performed well? But here Ilya is putting Shane on this pedestal. How does it feel to be perfect? Because that is how he views Shane, as this perfect being. His rival is perfect. He's jealous. And then also he is thinking about Shane. Again, the concept of these two stars. Ilya is in between the two stars thinking about Shane. He's in this fantasy. Shane isn't next to him. Like Shane isn't by his side, but yet he still pulls himself into this fantasy when he thinks about Shane. Now we go from the two stars when he starts talking to his family to this idea of like this one sun, this one star behind him. He is being pulled out of his fantasy with Shane, and now he is thrown back into reality. He is thrown back into the reality of his family. He has to support them. $20,000, that's a lot of fucking money, and yet he supports them. Right, this whole sequence, even as Ilya kind of, the camera moves around Ilya, we don't see two stars in the frame. We see this one star, one reality. Now we're getting hints about what is wrong with Ilya's family situation back at home. Upon doing further research into Ilya/Elijah, I found out there is significance to why Ilya's dad asked him to bring back bread. He could have asked for anything, right? Ilya, bring back flowers. Ilya, pick up my medicine. But he specifically mentions bread. In the Bible, in 1 Kings 17, Elijah's story is about surviving a drought. He meets a widow and comforts her by telling her that God will bless them with bread, right? And God does. God commands ravens to bring bread down to Elijah. So you can see how Elijah and Ilya's story really mirror each other, right? The widow is Ilya's dad. The dad asks for bread to sustain himself. We can also see the drought represented by all of the financial crises that Ilya has lived through. He was born, I think, in 91. In 92, the UK exchange rate had issues. In 97, the Asian financial crisis happened. And then in 1998, the crisis ruble happened, which very much affected Russia. And then straight into 2001, we had the dot-com bubble. God has blessed Ilya in the same way he blessed Elijah, right? In this scenario, Ilya doesn't have bread. What he has is money from his talent in hockey, his God-given talent in hockey. So we see that he provides quote unquote bread to his father, and that his brother is wanting to extract as much as he can from Ilya, because Ilya is supposed to be someone blessed by God, blessed by unlimited bread. So we can see the constant siphoning of resources away from Ilya. We're being hinted that it's kind of a memory thing. 4 months later, oh my gosh, it's like a year now, right?
Team Hollander versus Team Rosanov. Oh, I'm sorry, I read that wrong.
Hollander versus Rosanov.
Versus Team Europe. It's not subtle.
It's these two giant land masses that are going against each other. These are two rookies. Why is there so much emphasis on Shane and Ilya? They're asking Shane and Ilya to be the face of hockey and strip away their identity, strip away their attraction of each other, and embody the rivalry, embody the perfect hockey player.
How much pressure do you feel from the fans, from the hockey world in general, to restore Boston?
It's a long question.
And how much of
this boy barely knows English.
Gun here, but with Rosanov's permission.
Ooh, a little shoe tap.
And at this point, it's my job to take that personally.
Okay, I want to just take a moment to take in what Shane just did. Ilya and Shane, side by side, shoulder to shoulder, facing the world together, facing all these like light. Shane saw that Ilya was not comfortable. Ilya was struggling. And what Shane did was, don't worry, baby, let me protect you. This is a domain I am familiar with. I am media trained. I know how to answer the media. I know how to behave in front of the camera. So you feel uncomfortable? Let me take the lead. Shane just showed Ilya, even in front of the world, I will protect you. Whoa. This is so hot.
Yes, Shane Hollander and Ilya Rosanov. The record for this event currently held by the New.
Ilya dominates. He breaks the record. He is a star player. And Shane just beat Ilya by a whole second. So Ilya was sitting towards the middle. Now he switched seats to get closer to Shane.
You have fun last night?
Last night?
The first thing he says to Shane, good job. What a nice thing to say. That's so positive. He just wants to connect with his man.
With your team.
No boring Canadians, no stupid Americans. So
we also see this like concept in the first episode, white and black, right? We see Shane wear a lot of white and Ilya wear a lot of black. So here they're on opposite sides, on opposite teams. Shane is wearing white, Ilya is wearing black. The first time they met in the gym, Ilya was wearing black, Shane was wearing white. So we're seeing this kind of oppositeness of each other, the yin and the yang, if you will.
This guy's talking about the cousins they're in love with.
Ilya started this conversation with Shane, but Shane is reciprocating this like joking style of speaking. Like he's kind of like putting down, in a sense, these other Finnish guys. Ilya tends to be the one to do that. Even though he might like be playful with it, he might not mean it, he says it. And so now Shane is he's figuring Ilya out. He's reciprocating this jokingness that Ilya has. Ilya sees that. Look at that little smile. He recognizes that Shane is trying to connect with him in the same way that they communicate.
I think I'm going to bed early tonight.
Oh, yeah?
1, 2, 2, 1.
1, 2, 2, 1. Scott Hunter. He's a little curious.
Shooting, Rook. Give me. I'm in the room next door to him at the hotel.
And now we find out that their hookup spot is compromised because Scott Hunter, right next door, he can hear everything they do. And yet Shane still comes. Why did he take so long to open the door?
He's someone chasing you.
I'm standing in the hallway like an idiot. Scott Hunter is right next door.
Shane is pissed off because Ilya took his sweet ass time to open the door. Shane's fear is being found out, right? So the foyer, they are meeting under one star. Right here, we see the one light. This one light, this one star represents reality. The reality for Shane right now is getting found out. He is so scared, but he can't help himself. He runs to his man, Ilya. And now we pan to see the rest of the room, the rest of the stars.
Get on your knees.
Shane obeys, bro. Shane is fast with it. So now Ilya is carrying Shane towards the fantasy. They move away from the foyer with one light into this fantasy with 1, 2, 3, 4 lights. They're getting deeper and deeper into this fantasy, into the cosmos, into the stars. This is their fantasy. This is their safe space. Oh, that's a nice bubble butt. Again, we kind of see some power play happening here. When Shane first came into Ilya's room, Ilya was like, get on your knees, right? Like, suck my cock. But here, Ilya is prioritizing Shane's pleasure before he prioritizes his own. Whoa. Now we reach the topic of penetration. I was a little scared watching this the first time. I was kind of scared that like Ilya was going to coerce Shane into doing this before he was ready.
You're scared.
I'm not scared.
He wants to know why
I'm not scared.
Shane feels unready. He's curious. He wants to know. Ilya is kind of teasing Shane. You're scared. I think Shane is taking that as like, this fucking dude is annoying me. He's like trying to dominate me. He's insinuating that I'm scared, that I'm not brave. But I think what Ilya is doing here is he wants to really gauge how Shane is feeling. He craves this connection with Shane. So he wants to know, hey, like, what can I do to get you ready? But Shane isn't reading it that way.
You ever touch yourself here?
Jesus Christ.
Because you know what else makes you gay? Sucking my dick.
Shut up.
He's not wrong.
Fuck. I'm trying to say I have a thing. Okay? A thing.
A dildo.
What color? Are you scared? Do you touch yourself? What color? Ilya wants to know these details about Shane so badly because Ilya is curious about Shane. I think Shane is taking this to be like, hey, I'm going to show you my secrets and you're going to weaponize them. But Ilya never does that. Throughout the whole series, Ilya never does that. And so here we see a display of their communication styles not matching.
Color.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. No, he wanted to know.
I'm leaving.
He wanted to know how big the dildo is.
Fuck you.
Ilya switches from kind of teasing Shane, are you scared? What color is it? Do you touch yourself? Into, I want to fuck you. I want to make love to you. A straightforward statement. Shane turns around and he smiles. He's kind of into it. Ilya just communicated directly to Shane and Shane ate it up.
Not here.
But no, they can't. Scott Hunter is blue-balling them.
He's hot. We should let him listen like mating call.
He'd like that, wouldn't he?
He probably would too.
You like that, wouldn't you? You probably would too. Neither of them deny this. They are turned on by being bad. Scott Hunter next door represents this perfect form, this like very responsible hockey professional figure. And they together are representing rebellion. They're both into it.
Okay, so next time.
Ilya is sweet. He doesn't push Shane towards doing something that Shane doesn't want to do, that he's not ready to do. Maybe Ilya is also reading onto the fact that Shane actually is scared. He's just using Scott Hunter being next door as an excuse to not engage in penetration with Ilya right now. However, Ilya respects Shane. He cares about Shane's comfort. He cares about not traumatizing this kid. So, okay, next time.
Next time? Yeah, we play Montreal in 2 weeks.
Where would we want? Me?
He is deep in the closet.
You are homeless.
Can't even meet at your own
No.
place. You live
Then we
alone.
need
You
to
can't
turn
even meet
around
at your own
some-
place.
An apartment.
Even better.
Hollander, you are having panic attack.
Apartment, even better. Lots of people. No one knows what's up.
He's just a plan to fuck.
Ilya catches on that Shane is having a panic attack. Like Shane, there's something about Shane that causes him to panic, causes him to shut down. Ilya just met this dude. This is their second hookup, and he's clocking it. He's reassuring Shane it's just a plan to fuck.
I know we talked about Montreal in 2 weeks.
Again, they're two suns. They're two stars in frame right now.
Oh my god, Hollander, you are so boring.
So now take notice as Ilya walks towards Shane and the camera pans. We still get the sense of two stars. They are still in this fantasy together. They are facing away from the sun. They are facing away from the truth. They are in the shadow together. And now they share a secret together. Remember, Ilya likes trouble. Ilya messed around with his coach's son. Now Ilya is messing around with Shane.
So what's my name gonna be?
Jane.
Jane and Lily. Ilya just gave Shane a mask. He just gave Shane permission to be private. They basically just signed a covenant together. They are now operating within this secret together. You know, they know that both of each other's true identities, but now they're role playing as Lily and Jane. Lily and Jane serve as masks for these two guys. 2 weeks later, Montreal. Or this is supposed to be the Boston versus Montreal game. Marlo.
Sure. Fuck you.
Hey boys, no one's getting into Montreal today. 2 feet of snow.
Whoever she is, she's gonna get over.
So now we are introduced to Marlo, this side character and a force within Ilya's life. He is Ilya's teammate. Probably best teammate, probably like second hand, right? Like maybe he's a vice captain or something. First of all, daddy. Second of all, I want you guys to really take in that the first person in these two guys' life, Marlo is the first person that's clocking that Ilya has this like romantic, emotional connection somewhere else. He sees Ilya's leg shaking. Ilya's still a rookie, right? Like this is his second year. Like even if Marlo has been in the league for a while, presumably he and Ilya have not played together that much, right? The most they probably have known each other is over the course of 1 or maybe 2 years. And yet Marlo, this masculine, this like male character, is the first one in the storyline to clock Ilya, to clock this thing, that the secret. He is so in tune with like the emotions and feeling of other people around him that he's clocking it. Now we're a little disappointed that we don't get Shane and Ilya.
Hey, you don't want to come over to my place for dinner tonight, do you? I'm on a macrobiotic diet.
Buddy, I don't even know what that means. Jack, you can cook anything.
No, I want to watch you eat my disgusting food. Let's do it.
Fuck yes. Oh my god, Jackie's gonna be so happy. She's obsessed with being the first wag to feed you. I'm gonna text her right now, actually. Bird food?
So now we are introduced to Hayden. Hayden is the Marlo for Shane's storyline. He is going to be Shane's closest buddy on this team, on the Metros. I also want to make a note of, Shane is on this macrobiotic diet and Hayden is interpreting that to mean bird food. Specifically, when we think about the imagery of bird, right? Yuna represents the dove in Arabic. Bird food. Shane is eating bird food. We don't get a lot of bird and wing references in Heated Rivalry. Maybe we do. Maybe I miss it. So we'll try and catch it as we watch. But if I remember correctly, there's not a lot of mention. So I think bird food being associated with Shane, specifically Shane, is highly significant.
Food only.
Now Ilya goes home. It's dark. The lights are off. Ooh, we get Svetlana. So at this moment, we don't know who Svetlana is to Ilya. We presume that she is his girlfriend. She is a feminine form that is significant in his life. And because the show kind of doesn't really establish that at this point, and the fact that Shane and Ilya can't be together, they can't meet up because of the snowstorm, Svetlana is presented as this barrier, as this kind of like rock in between Shane and Ilya. So as the audience, my first watch through, I don't know if I really like Svetlana. I was like, girl, you better not get in between Shane and Ilya. And so here she's wearing his jersey. She's pretty. We presume that like she's his girlfriend or something.
Да, это в твоем духе.
Иди к черту, Илья.
Как ты узнала,
Что твою игру отменили? А потом было объявлено.
She pays attention. She knows that his game was canceled because she read the
Ты
announcements.
меня недостоин, мне пора.
You don't deserve me. She values herself extremely highly. She is confident of her value as an individual.
Ладно, теперь я действительно ухожу. Ты кусок дерьма. Развлекайся с Джейн.
She reads his text, and I feel like if this were like an exclusive relationship, she would get so mad, but she doesn't. Like, she knows Ilya has other things, other women, other partners going on in his life. She doesn't care because she is doing the exact same thing. She probably has other men in her life too, but they share a history with each other. They're childhood friends, and we'll learn more about that. But while we're here, I want to explore the name Svetlana. Svetlana is a feminine given name of Russian origin, deriving from the Slavic word svet, meaning light, right? The central theme of Heated Rivalry, light. Particularly unique among similar common Russian names, this one is not of ancient Slavic origin, but was coined by Alexander Vostokov in 1802 and popularized by Vasily Zhukovsky in his ballad Svetlana. Again, names have meaning, especially when they're given by authors. I'm pretty sure Rachel Reed probably read Svetlana, so I want to really dig into why Svetlana as a name is so popular. And I also want to see the story of Svetlana and see if it relates to Svetlana in Heated Rivalry. So now we go to the ballad. Svetlana is a ballad by the Russian poet Vasily Zhukovsky, published in 1813. It is one of Zhukovsky's 3 adaptations of the ballad Lenore. Also, Lenore, Eleanor means light. So, you know, there's a central theme of light we're seeing with the name Svetlana. So what happens in Zhukovsky's story of Svetlana? A Russian girl, Svetlana, anxiously awaits the return of her betrothed. Her friends convince her to participate in the traditional fortune-telling rituals on the eve of Epiphany. She looks into a mirror and sees her betrothed, who beckons her to follow him. They ride on a sleigh through snowy fields in the night. In a hut, Svetlana is attacked by a corpse that rises from its coffin. The corpse is revealed to be her betrothed. Svetlana is protected by a white dove. She awakes with a scream. The ordeal is revealed to have been a dream, right? The dream world, the reality world. Svetlana is disturbed by the ominous dream and wonders what it could mean. She sees the fortune she sees in the mirror, but she doesn't really know how to interpret it. She is saddened and silent until a sleigh arrives, carrying her betrothed alive and well. So this is what I'm already noticing from Svetlana's name. Her name means light. She looks into the mirror and sees her betrothed. So the imagery of mirror being a force in Ilya's life comes from Svetlana. Mirrors and Svetlana go together. Svetlana also goes with scream. She also sees betrothed, and like the vision that she sees in her dream is not the same vision as real life, right? In her dream, her betrothed is dead. In real life, her betrothed is healthy. We're kind of in the story. I don't know if it's the same person, just alive and dead, but what I'm interpreting from that is what she sees in her vision is not the same as reality. So like what we're going to see in the mirror is not what her reality is going to be, or of some sort. Like we're going to see visions, we're going to see mirrors. We also kind of see how they spend their night without each other. She goes to dinner at Jackie and Hayden's place. I also want to note Hayden is wearing a blue suit jacket. Jackie is wearing a pink long sleeve. The blue and the pink, the male and the female of heteronormativity, right? That's what this is kind of representing for Shane right now. And he is caught in the middle of it because Ilya's not here. We also see like Jackie is holding their baby, right? So the maternal aspect of her character and like what she represents as well. And for some reason, she's able to turn bird food into good food. Now we're in Vegas. Shane wins Rookie of the Year. Shane gets one up on Ilya. He is a central figure in the story, and yet all he wants is Ilya. He looks around, he tries to find Ilya, not there. And so again, okay, the concept of lights. We see like a lot of these lights surrounding Shane right now, but whereas when he's with Ilya and the lights are kind of on different levels, they represent the stars, they represent the cosmos. Now here we see these lights are in one line, they're straight. They are straight laced. The stars don't really do that. This is not an organic form. This is not a really fluid form in Shane's world. So rather than representing the stars and the cosmos, this just represents the light. This represents the real world, right? This is just a light fixture because it's in a straight line. We're in this unsafe space. We're surrounded by people in tuxes and tresses. We're in the real world right now.
It is Mr. Hunter. I wouldn't indulge in front of you.
Mr. Hunter.
What would you say if me and some of the other old fucks wanted to do?
So now we establish kind of Scott Hunter's age in relation to Scott or Shane and Ilya. He calls himself an old fuck. Ilya and Shane are rooks. He is an old fuck. When he says that, this feels like he's 10 to 15 years older than Shane and Ilya, which puts him in mid 30s, almost late 30s, roughly.
Some shots with 3 rooks. Would you be into that? Fuck yes, I would. Okay, then where's your boy Rosenhoff?
Where's your boy Rosenhoff? Clock it.
Not your boy, just like, it's always Hollander and Rosenhoff, right? I just thought, I don't know where he is. We're not like friends or anything. No worries, man. No worries, I'm sure someone else grabbed him.
Scott's gaydar is going off right now. And it's going off because we know Scott is also playing for the same team.
Hey, yes.
Now they do the shot. We do not see Ilya in this form at all, in this line at all. Ilya's missing. Shane looks around. He can't see. He doesn't find Ilya. We see we see David and Yuna really enjoying being at this party, right? They're easily able to interface with people in the professional hockey world because they kind of they know it. Whereas Shane feels this uncomfortable, and all he longs for is Ilya. So he visits the rooftop. He visits his man under the guise of night.
I don't know if it's worth jumping over.
I don't know if it's worth jumping over. Shane just made a suicide joke because Shane doesn't know how impactful suicide is in Ilya's life. Shane thinks it's just this funny thing that he's going to use to like tease Ilya with because Ilya has teased Shane in the past, but Shane, he doesn't know. I think he takes it a little too far, but he doesn't know.
Work deal done?
No, I just need some air. You were drunk. I'm not.
He sees the Asian glow.
Good for you. Big night for you.
So you're just up here sulking because what, you couldn't take another victory lap around me? All you do is beat me. I win one stupid fucking thing. You couldn't even show your face down there.
You couldn't show your face. Shane is horribly misreading this situation. Ilya isn't avoiding Shane because he doesn't want to see him. Matter of fact, they're very attracted to each other. There's just a lot of pressure on Ilya right now, and celebrating is the last thing he wants to do, especially against someone who beat him, right? Ilya's father basically has said, don't let him beat you. Don't let Shane beat you. He is your number one rival. Do not let him beat you. And here Shane is beating Ilya. I don't think Ilya truly minds. Ilya's probably really happy for Shane, but he's also facing this pressure from his family for losing.
What was that? Not everything.
So here we kind of get this. I think this is a Sasuke and Naruto love story, right? Sasuke, why won't you acknowledge me? Ilya, why won't you acknowledge me as your rival? Naruto, not everything's about you. You don't know my problems. Shane, not everything is about you.
It's about you,
this is
Hollander.
Sasu X Naru.
So what is it then? What the fuck do you want? Nothing. I just want to see the view and get some air. And
Shane,
what?
you're lying.
Here's fucking view, Hollander. Check it out.
Ilya blows up on Shane. Shane doesn't know what to do. Shane lies, right? He's not up here for air. He wants to see Ilya, but because Ilya kind of blew up on him, he doesn't know what to say to get back into Ilya's space.
Fuck.
Shane recognizes that, well, maybe he lit a fuse that he didn't mean to. They're kind of figuring, oh, you know what? Ilya is actually kind of the first one to stick out an olive branch. Shane recognizes he probably did something to really piss off Ilya he didn't mean to, and yet Ilya is the one who reinitiates the conversation with Shane. But Shane kind of misses it. Shane doesn't know that Russia is a sore spot for Ilya. Again, they're just missing each other with this communication.
And I guess I thought maybe we...
Say it, Shane. You want to.
Never mind. Okay. I guess I'll see you next season.
Shane lowers himself in relation to Ilya. He sees that he kind of fucks up and he made Ilya mad, and he doesn't want Ilya mad. He wants to see Ilya again. So he takes himself a step lower and offers Ilya a handshake. Like he's trying to reconcile, and he's doing an appeasement thing. I want to reconcile with you, and I'm lowering myself to do that. Right now we get the dynamic that we're used to. Ilya on top, Shane on bottom. Ilya comes down to Shane's level. I think this symbolizes where Ilya actually wants to be. He doesn't want this like power dynamic in between them. He wants them to share the fantasy. He wants them to share the pleasure. And so he goes in for the kiss with Shane. And Shane is reciprocating. You see that hand? It is on Ilya's neck right now. Both hands into Ilya's hair. This is a long moment, actually. This is a long kiss. Shane pulls back.
What are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing?
We're both in tuxedos out in public. No one is looking. You don't know that.
We're gonna get caught. Baby, you let this man stick his tongue down your throat for a good 5 Mississippis. You wanted this to happen. But now reality is kind of hitting Shane. He wants to reciprocate so badly. He wants to engage, but he pulls himself back. Because they exist in the reality. They can't be seen together.
Hollander.
He doesn't even respond to Ilya. Ilya's like he wants to say goodbye. Like he wants to end this on a sweeter note, and Hollander just walks away. He partially is embarrassed about this whole thing, right? Like, I kind of showed you my heart and you're kind of playing with it a little bit, and I don't know how to feel. I'm just going to disengage. And because I'm a little drunk. And we end episode 1 on this frame. I love this frame. Let me tell you what I'm seeing. The protagonist is always on the left side facing the right? Because that's how we read. So whenever we think of the hero, we put them on the left side, progressing towards the right. Ilya right now is looking towards the left. He's looking backwards. He's looking back at Russia. We see this warm glow. This kind of mimics the sun, right? Like when we think of the central theme of finding sunshine, finding light, Russia represents this light. It's not the sun though. It is a mimic of the sun. The sun does not shine from below above, but it symbolizes what Ilya knows. In this frame, this is the only light that he has, right? This is the only light that is illuminating on his face. He is torn. His body wants to go forward, wants to go backwards. It hasn't committed. He's looking backwards because that's what he knows, but his body hasn't committed because deep down, his heart wants him to go towards the right. It wants him to go towards the unknown. It wants him to go towards Shane, and he doesn't know Shane. He doesn't know this new world. He doesn't know the world outside of the confines of how he exists in Russia, how he exists in his family. And that is episode 1. Wow, thank you for watching. I'm so excited to get into episode 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we'll see you in the next one.